Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are happy to have you here today at our Angels Business Summit. But I want to let you guys know I am so excited about our next keynote speaker, Mr. Justin Belobaba. I am telling you, I can't wait to hear also for the first time some of the tips and the secrets that he's going to share about how he optimized, utilized, embellished, embraced failure in order to build a multi-million dollar company. It is going to be amazing with invaluable information. For those of you who are just hopping into hopping right now and were not able to join us for our prior sessions, I want to let you know that I am Charmaine Reeves and I am your host for the day. I will also be the moderator today for Justin. And I would like to encourage you to use the comment section of the stage chat in order to communicate so that we can know you're here. We're not just going in different directions because we're caught up, Justin and I. We're just enjoying what he's got to say. We want to definitely hear from you. So please go ahead, use the stage comment, and we will see your comments here backstage, and we will be happy to ask all your questions, or we'll be happy if you're just cheering us along. But engage, engage, engage. If you're here under the sound of my voice, say hello, network, put your business information in the chat. What's your name? What do you do? That type of thing. Go ahead and get that in and network with each other. That's the beauty of hopping. There's going to be a roulette networking wheel later on at the end of the session, end of the day. And it will be one-on-one individual networking that you can join into the fun with. All right. But in the meantime, say hello, put your name and business information in the chat. All right. So let me tell you about a little bit, is all I'm going to do about Justin. He is the founder and CEO of Nowsite. That's what he's currently doing right now. He graduated magna cum laude in economics from one of my favorite schools, Harvard University. He founded a medical software company. It was named the fastest growing company in Canada, which is where Justin resides right now. And he was able to take that company public in 2007. He was named Young Entrepreneur of the Year 2010. He also founded a chain of 100 virtual health clinics, and he sold those to a private equity group in 2016, which all led the way. It paved him to founding Nowsite in 2017. And for his goal with Nowsite, his intention is to build a world-class company. And I will tell you, as a user of Nowsite, and an affiliate member of Nowsite, he is on the way to doing just that. I do have some stats, Justin, that I know are not current. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Justin, for you to let us know more detail about Nowsite, the head office, the headquarters, the engineers, employees, the tens of thousands of customers in over 130 countries, and your growth over the past few years. I am so honored to have you, Justin. And please go ahead and introduce and tell us a little bit about your backstory to everyone.
Thank you. And hey, Charmaine, you can hear me, right? I just want to make sure that you can hear me, see me. Perfect. Okay.
Loud and clear.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Thank you for that amazing introduction. And it is a real pleasure to be here. It's an honor to be here today. I'm really excited to be able to present to all of you something a little bit different, right? Like for those of you that know me, you know that I'm not someone who likes to talk too much about like myself personally, but I'm just gonna do it today. I'm gonna be like really, really unusually transparent about kind of my story. And I'm going to share, some of the, the realities of starting companies. Because, when you listen to that fantastic introduction from Charmaine, it sounds like I've kind of gone from, success to success. And, I've been extremely fortunate to have, been successful, in my career. But, the story, which is, born and raised in Toronto, I finished first in my class in my high school. I went to Harvard. I studied at Harvard. I studied at Oxford. I have started 4 companies. I've sold 3 of them, and now I'm on to my 4th. I've had a public company. I was the Young Entrepreneur of the Year in Canada. I've had 3 companies rank in the fastest growing companies in the country. Look, if you look at that, it sounds kind of like, oh, this guy's just kind of success. But I'm here to tell you that that's not true. Okay, put it this way. That it's kind of like the Instagram version of the real story. You know what I'm talking about? How people can portray their home or their vacation or their family just perfectly for an Instagram post, but the reality is messy, right? And when I think about my career and the 4 successes I've had, that's not that, I don't think of it in those terms, right? I don't think of it as 4 successes. I think of it more as 400 failures, right? That's the reality. That's the day-to-day reality of being, someone who starts tech companies, is you are constantly failing. You constantly, right? And but it is that process. And I think it is a process, right? I think that, having done this now for 18 years or so, I've kind of, almost perfected the art of failing. And it is because I think that I have a really good, process for failing that allows me to, occasionally succeed, right? And to have this kind of Instagram, story of a career, right? But, I want to be completely, because I know a lot of you out there are entrepreneurs and small business owners, and I want you to know that as someone who has had quite a level of success and employed hundreds of people, and it is a life of constant failure, but embracing that failure is the key to success. I would say failure is the path to success. There's no other path. And, talking to other entrepreneurs, looking at, people who've succeeded, the stories are very similar. It's, failure after failure after failure, punctuated by these just, wonderful moments of success. But 99% of the journey is failing and learning. And I would say the opposite is also true. Some of the least successful people out there are the ones that don't fail, right? It's kind of counterintuitive, but if you are not willing to fail, right? If you're not willing to put yourself out there, take a chance, take a risk, or if you're not willing to be honest with yourself about something that's not working, that's how you end up with an unsuccessful career, by not being willing to fail or admit failure. But if you can do that, if you can learn to just fail quickly and learn from it and iterate and try again, that is the path. So I'll tell you kind of my journey. Because it is it is one of trying to kind of optimize the process of failing, right? And because that's the only way to succeed. So I'll kind of take you through the businesses that I've had, right? So my first one, I started in second year at Harvard, and it was kind of .com boom. It was 2001, and we had this like weird idea to put like entertainment and advertising screens in taxis, and this was before anyone had done that. And now they're everywhere. But back then, for those of you who are old enough to remember, it wasn't a thing. And so we thought, that's a cool idea. Let's try. We actually did we integrated some GPS so that the ads would be triggered based on where the taxi was in the city. It was all very like advanced at the time. Like it's easy now, but at the time it was cool. And we raised money from friends and family and parents, and about a year into it, we were nowhere. Like it was way too capital intensive. We couldn't get advertisers. Like we were absolutely going out of business. And thankfully, I was talking to an owner of a cab company who was just talking about challenges that he had with administration of payments, and we were open to finding a solution. Right, we were going out of business anyway, and through that conversation, we realized, hey, I can pay with my credit card, anywhere I want except a taxi. I have to, go to the bank machine, take cash out. So we pivoted and we developed the first wireless payment system in taxi cabs. And this was pre-Uber, right? Like this was, I never envisioned Uber, but that was kind of my first, encounter with failure. But it took me $1 million and 2 years before I realized that what I was doing wasn't working, and had, the necessity and the guts to completely change course. And then, graduated school, licensed that software, and I was on to my next venture, which was a medical software company. We had this, so I'm from Canada, by the way. I'm in Toronto. That's Toronto. And in Canada, we have this like crazy healthcare system where doctors can only bill the government. But they do other things, right? Like they do other things, like they write notes and they talk on the phone and send emails. And so but they didn't have a way to bill for all these things that the government wouldn't pay for. So we had this idea, well, we should build a system, right, to help doctors do that. So raised $1 million or more, I think 2 million. And I spent a year and a half building the most perfect, like voicemail integrated billing system you could ever imagine. I had advisors, like doctors everywhere. And a year and a half later, because I didn't know how to fail yet, right? So I spent, close to $2 million in a year and a half building this perfect thing, and we released it and no one used it. And it was just crickets. And there I was, again, indebted to friends, indebted to family, and we were nowhere, right? We hadn't really learned the art of failing. We weren't in tune to kind of the early warning signs that something wasn't working. So we wasted a couple $1 million in almost 2 years of our lives building this perfect thing that no one wanted. So brink of bankruptcy. We were out at a bar, me and my co-founders, and had a few too many drinks. And one of my co-founders said, well, doctors want to bill for these things. What if they just write it down and fax it to us? And we're like, yeah, that's a good idea. Let's try it. So we sent, like literally after $2 million of investing in technology, we sent out these paper ledgers to our 100 customers. And we said, hey, just record what you do and fax them to us, right? Because it was only 2004. And they still had fax machines, right? 2004. And wouldn't you know it, the next day, these ledgers came back full of services. And we were like, oh my God, we have a business. $2 million and 2 years that we'd wasted because we weren't in tune with the warning signs. We weren't willing to admit failure. And we solved the problem overnight with a piece of paper. That happened in 2004. By 2006, we had thousands of doctors on board. We were the number one fastest growing company in Canada. And we went public in 2007. We raised $20 million. We had 150 employees. And I was, fortunate to be, named Young Entrepreneur of the Year in Canada in 2010. But I could have saved myself $2 million in 2 years if I was more open to failure. It took me, again, like right to the brink of bankruptcy to face the hard truth that something wasn't working. So that's my second business. Third one. So after I sold out of the healthcare company, I went and just, I didn't know what I wanted to do next. I knew I wanted to kind of take a rest. And so I went and consulted for a friend. He owned a chain of like traditional health clinics, like physiotherapy, chiropractor, massage, traditional clinics. Very, successful dude, nice guy. And I had this idea to, kind of like restart one of my medical doctor businesses. And we both put in, together, $500,000, and it was a huge disaster. And we lost everything within about 6 months. So failure, but at least this one was faster. Okay. Faster failure. Then I thought, there could be an opportunity to scale his clinic business faster if we could go into fitness clubs and use their space and use their staff and use their equipment. And he was totally against it. So we had a big fight and ultimately parted ways. And that led to me starting my third business. And I haven't shared this before, but whatever, we're all friends now, right? So I'm going to tell you something I haven't really shared before. So my third business, I started it in 2013, and it was kind of like virtual health clinics inside fitness clubs. And I hired this like very early on. It was going okay, but I hired this guy, this chiropractor, and so if you ever made like a bad hire, please know that you're not alone. Okay, we all do it. This guy in particular, his name is Roshak. It wasn't a fit. I let him go after about 5 months, so May 2013. And he proceeded to terrorize my family for a year. He would park outside my house at night. He would, follow me around. He'd be kind of like lurking around my kids. He invented all kinds of, completely fake stories about all these horrible, fraudulent claims we were submitting to insurance companies. The result of all this, he temporarily succeeded. I spent the better part of 2013 being investigated by every major insurance company there is. It took a year, and he ultimately, lost his license and got into some, criminal issues himself because he was, he's the bad guy in the story. But it took a year to, rid myself from this very, very, very terrible hire that I'd made. So I spent basically all of 2013 just trying to recover from a mishire. Luckily, we weathered the storm. We grew from there to 100 locations. And I was able to sell that company to a private equity firm in 2016. But again, the strain on, me and my family and of having this experience is something that I'll never forget. And it if you've ever made a poor hire, it can really derail you, but you can persevere through it, even through, a guy like Roshak, and come out the other side and be stronger for it. And that now brings me to the current business, which is another story of failure, right? Like it's going great, but it's absolutely a story of failure. So I'll tell you, so it's called Nowsite now, but it started as something called Royalty. And believe it or not, the business that I'm going to tell you about now started as mobile physiotherapy. Like imagine like Uber for like physiotherapy. Terrible idea, just terrible, right? So, but that was the original idea for this business. It makes no sense, right? Who would want that? No one, as I discovered. But this time, I learned that within about 4 months, right? Getting a little bit better at it. Then I pivoted to a rewards and loyalty program. Rewards, loyalty. That's where, if for those of you that know, we started as royalty. That's where the name royalty came from. For the health, beauty, and fitness industry, it was like a rewards program, and we spent a few $100,000 in about 6 months. So again, like we're iterating faster, right? Getting a little bit better at failing, finally. And anyway, we launched that rewards program. Everybody hated that thing too. I couldn't get any users. I couldn't get anyone to pay for it. I was, we're now kind of like 2006, like late 2016. And we were, again, like running out of money, right? I'd put in close to $1 million into this business and it was almost gone. And we were nowhere. Like at the end of 2016, this business was absolutely nowhere. I was talking to a friend on the phone, and he mentioned something about Bluetooth beacons, and I wasn't super familiar with them, but I started to look into it, and we integrated these Bluetooth beacons into this app that no one liked. And even after integrating these beacons, it was still a huge failure, right? So now, like, I was certain that this thing was dead in the water and we were going to go out of business. Luckily, and I can't overemphasize the importance of luck in any kind of venture, right? Like it is, it's not only about luck, but the timing is so important, right? And staying in the game long enough for something good to happen, right? But you do, like, luck is, it is essential. And anyone who says otherwise, I just think, is probably a little bit too arrogant to, there is this X factor, right? Luck, timing, something that, that's required beyond just, hard work. But anyway, thankfully, we got lucky. I was reading an article about this new platform that Google had, and it was called Google Nearby. And I thought, oh, this is cool. I can register these beacons on Google Nearby, and then if someone just puts the beacon on their, walks around with it, they can, kind of like cause notifications to appear on nearby Android phones. And this was not at all what Google intended. They intended it to be used in airports and university campuses, but I had this idea to kind of, give it to small business owners. That was December 2016. January, we tried it with real estate agents. They didn't really care about it. They didn't like it at all. February, same thing. March, I heard about network marketers, and we started to get a little bit of interest from them. And we got lucky, really, right? We happened to find the right group of customers at the right time with the right product. We got 1,000 customers in April 2017. We got 5,000 customers in May 2017, right? Like all of a sudden, practically overnight, we'd gone from like dead in the water at the end of 2016 to a $5-6 million business by May. Like that's crazy, right? Like I've had fast growing companies, that never happens. We got a big partnership with this other company. They brought us 3,000 customers, but by August, so again, right, failure. By August, this company pulled the plug, didn't pay their bill, decided to compete with us, and now we spent the next year in litigation with them, right, just behind the scenes. As we were succeeding, and now we're, 2017, we had about 10,000 customers. I always thought that this wasn't really a stable business because we were too dependent on Google, right? Like Google could any day just pull the plug on the whole thing. And that kept me up at night. And a year later, so October 2018, that happened, right? So again, failure, right? Google announced that they were terminating this Nearby platform that we were dependent on. And okay, I'm going to tell another really, I've never shared this story either before. That day, October 25th, 2018, that was the day that Google announced that they were getting rid of this platform and, for all intents and purposes, just killing our business. That same day, we had an employee, our head of IT, that we'd let go. He he hacked into some of our, kind of like, like financial records, basically. And he was threatening to do horrible things. And this is a crazy story, okay? If we didn't fire this lady who worked for us that he was in love with. So he was blackmailing me to fire this person that he was in love with that didn't love him back. And if I didn't fire her, then he would do these horrible things with our records. This happened on the same day, October 25th, 2018. Okay. So this is absolutely true. While we were dealing with the fact that our business was being, basically shut down, because this Google platform was going away, at the exact same time, there were police in our office, and I was talking to them about the fact that this maniac was, kind of like, trying to blackmail us. So that happened on the exact same day. And now I can laugh about it, but at the time, like, it was crazy. So we knew we had to pivot because Google gave us 30 days to basically change our entire business model. Thankfully, we realized that our customers, right, these people, affiliate marketers, network marketers, they had broader needs, and we were forced to be open, right, to what those needs could be. And so in 40 days from October 25th to December of 2018, we pivoted the whole business, right? From Bluetooth beacons to online advertising. And that set us on this wonderful path that we're on now, where we came to understand that network marketers have significant needs, and no one was really fulfilling them, right, when it comes to sales and marketing. And so we then we set out to kind of build an online marketing platform for the 200 million people in the affiliate marketing, network marketing, any kind of relationship sales. So it could be insurance, it could be real estate, but really building a platform that made sense for these people, right? So they didn't need 10 different solutions, one platform, right? Online ads, and then we added landing pages and websites and sales funnels, and then we added email marketing, and then we added social media, and we used some cool machine learning to generate social media content. Then we added like a whole artificial intelligence piece. This is all 2019, and things were going great. Like we were growing. We were a few months later named in the top 10 fastest growing companies in Canada, growing 3,000% in 2 years. But still, something was missing, right? Like I could kind of sense that something wasn't exactly right, but it still took another year to really understand what that is. And so what we came to understand about this world of like network marketing and affiliate marketing, really through an openness to learn and admit that we do not know everything, and we are constantly receiving feedback, and we're open to it. I think we have like a great culture of kind of like really truly listening to our customer. What we came to realize was, if you have a $1 trillion industry with 200 million people, in it, really only a small percentage, I would say 10%, are, sophisticated enough, advanced enough in their understanding of sales and marketing to use an online marketing solution like what we've built, right? So that's still a lot of people, 10%, right? 20 million people. But, 4 years into this journey, right? 4 years it took me to realize that online marketing was only one part of the story, and that it would only serve about 10% of the people in this industry, and that I, right, had missed the other 90%, right? 4 years in, and I'm still failing and learning every single day. And thankfully, we did learn that lesson, that there is this 90% of people out there who they're not ready for online marketing. Like they can barely log into Gmail. They've never received any type of training when it comes to sales and marketing. So what we spent the last, I don't know, 8 months or so building, and that what we just actually released a couple of days ago, is a solution for the 90%, right? And what that is, and it's I think it's a wonderful complement to our online marketing features. I'll show you what this all looks like in a second. But what are this new product that we have? We call it networking. It's really about addressing the most fundamental needs of someone who is starting their journey in sales and marketing. And it's simple. What do they need? They need targeted prospects, right? And they need to know what to say to those prospects and when to say it. And so what we've done, and we're super excited to be introducing this over the next month or so, is we have tapped into about 50 public databases, and we can deliver, we've compiled about 2 billion prospects. And depending on, your industry, what you're looking for, you'll be able to target by age, by gender, by location, by interest, by skills, by industry, by company, by, you want their Facebook profile, you want their phone number, you want email. You can target however you want, and we will deliver prospects. And we'll even provide free ones, right? People can sign up for free and they can get 10 targeted prospects. But not only that, we can then use the information from, in these that we're gathering about people in these profiles. We've also created a personality prediction algorithm that is shockingly accurate. And we're able to generate sales scripts, what to say to the person in any situation based on their personality. So imagine this, okay? You meet somebody, you get their email address, you plug it into our system. We tell you a ton more information about them, things, where they went to high school, what music they like. And we tell you the personality that they have and what to say and when to say it. So we are incredibly excited to be introducing this new product, which finally 4 years later we know is the key to unlocking the 90%, right? The 180 million network marketers, affiliate marketers who really need to understand the basics of sales and marketing. And so now when we look at our product, like the full suite that we have now something for the brand new person, right? Targeted prospects and what to say and when to say it. And then once they get some comfort with that, then we have our fully integrated online marketing suite. So we think that we have, something incredible, and we think that we're building a world-class company. But in hindsight, it is the result entirely of a series of, you might view them as unfortunate events, right? Like if it wasn't for all of the failures that we've had along the way and our openness to failing and learning and trying and learning and iterating as fast as possible, right? We wouldn't be here. And, when you think about, for those of you who are starting a small business or starting, a startup of any kind, what I always tell people are like, Justin, you move really fast. And I do. I move really fast. And the reason why is this: as a small business owner, as a startup, you have one advantage compared to big companies. Okay. Big companies have money. They've got brand. They've got expertise. They've got employees. They can cross-sell other products. They can do partnerships with other big companies. They have every other advantage but one. What advantage do we have? Speed. That's it. That's it. All we have, the only advantage that we have as small companies is speed. And that's something that big companies can't match. So if we are not taking advantage of speed, then we're not taking advantage of the one thing that we have over on those big guys, right? And speed means trying things, right? And learning and failing and trying again and learning as fast as you possibly can, because that is the only advantage that you have. And in my experience now, 18 years into this, and I've had a few successes, that is the only path to success. So I hope this helps. Oh, you know what? Here, let me. I want to give you just give you like a quick plug. Okay, right? That's cool. Just show you guys what this thing actually looks like. So here, let me just share my screen real fast.
Hi, Justin.
Hey, can I share that?
Yes, just hit the share and you'll see the options and
Yeah,
you got it?
I think. Is that working?
Yes.
All right.
Is that it? It's kind of tiny, but.
Well, you know what? Let me try. I can.
But we can see it. We can see it. It says insight and it says,
Yeah.
there you go. There
All
you
right.
go.
Okay.
Yes. All right. I'll be.
So look, for those of you that are into online marketing, what we have is every proven online marketing strategy in one place, right? So instead of a Wix account connected to your MailChimp, connected to Hootsuite, connected to HubSpot, connected to you name it, one place, right, where you can build sales funnels and websites and landing pages, attach them to automated email campaigns, automated SMS campaigns, so you can create social media posts. We actually use machine learning to recommend social media content every day. You can create online ads. You can register domains. So everything in one place. And if you can see the yellow button on the left side,
Yes.
right? We call that the nerd button. So one of the coolest things that we have here is we have a team of in-house marketing experts. So if you don't like or don't know how to create an email series, we'll just write it for you. Or if you want us to build a website, we'll build it for you. Or if you want us to create an ad or a social media campaign, you click the button, the yellow button, and a Nowsite nerd will just do it for you. We know you're busy, right? We know, like for me, I can write an email campaign. I just don't want to, right? Like it's not my favorite thing to do. It's kind of boring. So I'll just get a nerd to do it. And the results that they're able to generate are fantastic, right? Like, so, we can, we've got, hundreds if you're someone who likes to do everything yourself, we have hundreds of templates. This is for a yoga studio. What else we have? Capture pages for weight loss. What is this? Health and wellness, travel, real estate website, investment, makeup. Again, we got like hundreds of these things. So if online marketing is your thing and you want, integrated, simple, affordable system, Nowsite's the place. If you have no idea what I'm talking about and you're like, I don't know where to start. Well, Nowsite is also the place. Okay. We have this new feature that we call networking.
So Justin,
Yes.
I just want to put a plug in if that's okay.
Go for it.
Because there's one feature. Well, I like a lot of features of the Nowsite marketing that obviously I shared with everyone that I've been using, and I've been a GoDaddy user for years. I did my own GoDaddy everything. And so I'm pretty technical, being that I have a background working with IBM. So, but still, as you say, we don't want to, even when you can do some things, you don't really want to do it. So when I signed up with Nowsite Marketing, I got a nerd that came on and in 1 hour completely designed right there live in front of me. I'm looking at a person and they're just putting the blocks and putting videos and putting the text and do you want it that way, your logo? And I was very impressed with that. So I just wanted to plug it right here before you go.
It's a unique, I think we now have a very good understanding of what our customer, right? Like the independent business owners looking for. We know how busy you are. We know that you've got, better things to do than, figure out how to build a website. Yeah. Even if you know how to do it, like you're welcome to do it. But if you don't want to, right, I think it's like $30, right? Yeah. And just click the button and we'll build it for you. And by the way, new customers, we spend an hour for free. right? So
Yes.
you'll definitely, like, every new customer will have a beautiful website within
Yes.
their first hour with us.
Mine was free, and since I'm speaking as a user, mine was free. And the other thing that I know that you offer, that because I did a lot of investigation, I'm very research analytical, so I investigated Mailchimp, Active, everything, name
Yeah.
them. But no one else did the social media artificial
Mhm.
intelligence that allows you. It provides each day. It
Yeah.
provides you with targeted social media flyers and stuff to post, and it posts automatically. So it's just gonna make, and articles, you can pull
Yeah.
an article,
Articles, videos,
videos,
images recommended
this,
every day
everything.
based on,
It's
based on your business. Like,
amazing.
look, we love, like, we're big nerds over here. I'm a huge nerd. Okay. I love machine learning. I love, getting into algorithms. And one of the coolest things, so just to kind of show, the other side of this is our new networking feature or product. And so the way this works, imagine, for example, you meet somebody at an event. Okay, so I'll go into my contacts, and and this is a true story. Yesterday, I had the pleasure of talking to his name is Marshall Falk. He is a he's an NFL Hall of Famer, um, and he won the Super Bowls with the Rams, and he was the NFL MVP in 2000. Anyway, I grew up watching this guy. He is he's an incredible athlete, but also like a super cool dude. And so I gave him a demo of how this would work. And so if you can see my screen.
Yes, there we go.
So this is literally a demo I did for Marshall Falk yesterday. So what we did is we just started with his email address, and we put it into our system, and we pulled back his LinkedIn, where he went to university, what company he works for. But then we take that information and we put it through our personality analysis tool. And he was shocked by how accurate it was. So enthusiastic, personable, adaptable. Marshall may naturally trust someone quickly, make hand motions while talking, independently generate new ideas. If tips for emailing him, like use interesting graphics. So if you're ever in a position where you need to sell something to Marshall Falk, now you would know how, right? If you're sending him an email, use short, casual language, right, with a casual tone. And again, when I was showing him this, he was completely blown away. He's energized by innovation, recognition, and social energy. But then we take it a step further and we generate these sales tactics. So actual scripts, like opening lines that will appeal to Marshall because we know his personality. So if you wanted to book a meeting with Marshall Falk, we provide you with some scripts to do that. If you wanted to, present to him, if you wanted to build rapport, right? Like, build a friendly kind of relationship. If you wanted to solve problems, if you wanted to create urgency in your sales process, we provide you with tips and scripts, how to talk about competition, how to talk about money, right? All custom based on his personality. Okay. I'll show you one more quickly, just so you get a sense of how how much information we can find out from an email address. Again, we're just starting with an email address. All of this is generated by the system. So this is a guy who's a partner in another business named Dave. We started with dsmith364@gmail.com. We got phone number, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, his age, his location, additional emails. Again, just by pinging all of the public information that we have access to. We got his interests and hobbies, what he likes to read, what music he likes, his diet, travel. He owns a dog and he has a swimming pool. Like, the level of detail that we're able, imagine you meet somebody getting this level of information, right? And being told this is their personality and this is what to say in the right tone to achieve your goals. So, this is, for us, we think incredibly valuable, especially to someone who is new to sales. combine that with the fact that in about a month, we're actually going to start delivering targeted prospects, for free. We'll do 10 a month for our paying customers. They'll get one every day. So we think that this is a really exciting addition to our suite of products here. So with that, Charmaine, I'm
Okay.
done. Whatever you want to do. I'm happy to answer questions. I'm all yours.
Okay, so let me tell you, that was phenomenal. Every part of it, from your backstory, getting to know you a little bit more, even though we met before over audio video because you're in Canada. But what I want to piggyback on what Justin just said. My very first meeting with Justin was over a Zoom call. And as he knows, I'm very picky. You guys know me about what technology, what I'm going to use. So I was doing a lot of research and it took me a while to make the final decision. But I met Justin and he saw me, saw my name, and he called me out and he said, "Hey, Charmaine, we had set up the meeting so that we could talk and everything like that." And he was just so gracious to meet with me to answer my questions. And he's just said, "I know you. I know what type of person you are." And he started to read off my profile to the T. And I was so stunned and impressed. It was just totally mind blowing. So that networking set portion that he's developing, that he has out there that's available, will help you relate directly to your target audience in a unique way because each person is unique. So I want to piggyback on that. However, Justin, I know we've got the time because you blessing us with the hour. We have some questions for you. In
Great.
fact, I am going to do something a little bit different. I am going to bring a couple of the speakers on with you to ask their question to you directly. All
Okay.
right. So they're going to get 30 seconds to just introduce themselves and ask the question directly. And they're all members of my Angels on Networking organization. We'll let them come in. I'll tell you who they are when I bring them in. First up is your fellow native Canadian. All right. Yes. Michelle, please give us the 10-second. Let Justin know what you do and ask your question. Wait, you're mute, Michelle. You're on mute. Unmute.
Justin, Michelle Ricketts coming to you from Vancouver, but I grew up in Hamilton.
Oh.
And I help businesses to scale and grow. I guide them to have a strong foundation, looking at people, processes, and systems to develop a culture-driven company where everybody's moving in the same direction. And
awesome.
Wow, you're blowing me away. My twin brother's on here as well. And we're on WhatsApp going, oh my God. This is amazing, Justin. Tell me a little bit more about the social media when it's the suggestions for you. Is it giving you, what's it giving you to put on social media?
So, we're like, the key to social media is to provide value to your audience, right? Like I see way too many people making the mistake of just posting about their product, right? And anyone who's been successful on social media will tell you that that's the way to get what you want is by providing value to your audience, right? And building trust and becoming someone who, you've built a brand. They know you, they like you, they trust you, that your business is top of mind. And so what we really encourage is, it's content marketing, right? So yes, you should post about your business now and then, right? But most of what you post should be things that are of interest to your target customer, right? So what we do is we use the keywords that you can customize on your website. And we use those keywords to then go out and scrape the internet for images and videos and articles that are relevant to your audience, right? So, if you're a real estate agent, we might recommend, something about mortgage, rates, right? Or trends in the industry, something that you can post to show, hey, I'm an expert, hey, audience, I hope this is of interest to you, right? So we use machine learning to kind of refine and optimize what we recommend to you based on what you use, how your audience responds, how it relates to your keywords, that type of thing.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Michelle, for that. I'm going to bring another one of our
Thank
members
you,
on.
Justin.
Okay. Okay. Let's get Michelle. Okay. So Dr. Lori is a chiropractor and she lives in Connecticut and she's also a member of Angels on Networking. Ask your question,
And
Dr.
don't hold that against me, considering your bad experience.
Yeah, that was the only bad one. Everyone else is
I was
fantastic.
like, dang, already starting off bad. Okay, so hi, Justin. Thanks for being here today. My business is Align Yourself, Inc. I am a coach, teacher, and speaker, and I teach mindfulness-centered workshops to companies, leaders, executives, healthcare workers, educators, and then I also do coaching as well. So this is really intriguing to me, and I already set up a consultation for Monday. How rapidly can we see, I know it's varying, but how rapidly do we see results from this?
It depends on what you mean by results. So
like leads, do like increase, getting leads, getting, conversations started, connections, to boost.
So when in about November 15th is the target release date for our targeted prospects. So literally, when we start to actually just provide targeted prospects, you specify, the parameters that you're looking for. Like I want, women in their, between 30 and 50 in Connecticut who are interested in mindfulness. And we will just start to deliver those type people that fit that criteria. So that will be instant, right? Like you would get your first prospect within 10 seconds of signing up. When it comes to online marketing, and I always have to be kind of careful about expectations, right? Like what we provide, our online marketing tools are exactly that, right? They're tools, and tools only work if you use them. So, will a website generate leads for you? I don't know. It depends what you do with it, right? Will a social media post generate interest for you? That depends on you. Do you have an audience, right? Do you engage with that audience? Do you spend 3 or 4 minutes a day building that audience, right? It's kind of, with our networking product, we can say, yes, we are definitely going to start delivering target, prospects to you. When it comes to online marketing, we think of online marketing like, you have an existing business, you know that 62% of customers are now found online, right? I'm missing out on this, this revolution that's happened that big companies are taking advantage of. I want to take advantage of that. I want to accelerate and automate things that I'm doing in the real world, right? That's really what online marketing is all about, right? Like I'm the last person who's going to say, it's just this magic, whatever machine that's going to start generating results. It really depends on like any set of tools. It really comes down to what you do with it. But last thing I'll comment on.
Yeah.
When it comes to building a brand, right, an online presence, a list of prospects that know, like, and trust you. This is something that has value for your entire career. Right? This is something that you can leverage. You can change businesses 17 times. It doesn't matter. If you have a brand, people will follow you. That's something that you can leverage for 30, 40 years. So if, given the fact that it's something that has so much value, it's worth investing more than a few weeks.
Okay.
Right? It may take a little bit of time, like planting a tree, right?
All right, Justin, we have a few more
people to see the results from it. But the thing that you're building is so valuable and it's so solid, and you can use it in so many different ways for the rest of your career. So
great.
Thank you, Dr. Laura. Justin, we have around 3 or 4 of the people that have questions for you. So
I'll be shorter than my responses.
Justin,
I can take a hint, Charmaine.
You're just like me. Okay, so where did Dr. Kelly go? Okay, I guess all right, so we're gonna do Lori then. Lori's also a member of Angels on Networking, and she designed the website for me, specifically a landing page for this summit. So, Lori, did you have a question for Justin?
Yeah, well, I'm absolutely blown away. Being a website developer, I am floored by everything I'm looking at. I mean, I kind of just want to know, how do you build a website in an hour?
In
Are you
30 seconds, Justin, or less. We've got 4 minutes and you've got to go. And I've got a couple of more other people and a bunch of questions in the chat that I can.
Yeah, so look, we start with hundreds of templates, and we've built, I think there's something like 200,000 websites in our system, right? So we're able to really streamline the process, and it is I think pretty amazing what our nerds are able to do in an hour, right? And by the way, we can also create email campaigns. We use machine learning to create like incredible email campaigns, and we can do that in 30 or 40 minutes as well. So it's a combination of like human skill combined with some automation, some machine learning, some templates, but we're able to generate some pretty amazing results pretty quickly.
Thank
awesome.
you.
Thank you. Great to meet you.
Yeah, great to meet you too.
All right, Martin, twin Martin. This is a twin to Michelle Rickety's. Also, you're in Toronto, Martin.
Hi, Justin. Hi, Shanae.
Hi.
Nice to see you. You're in Toronto. I love what you do. I'm a super techie guy. Digital Samurai does content automation. I did a session earlier about that. And
awesome.
So we streamline the production of original video content. And so that's something that I'd like to talk to you about, with your system. But I'm wondering, do you do any conversational marketing bot-based stuff like ManyChat or with WhatsApp or anything like that? Because of course, email open rates are lower these days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, but that's a no with some intentionality behind it. It's not really a not yet. It's a no.
Okay.
And I'll tell you. Here's my view on automation. There is a tendency to over automate or automate too soon certain things that should not be automated, right? Like automation is great when the manual work is too much, right? When it becomes too much. But the reality is, for the typical small business owner, they are not at a place where they need to automate like their messenger chats. They're just not there. They don't have thousands of leads coming in. They've got dozens, right? Maybe dozens, maybe less, right? A month coming in. So what I encourage people to do is to, and this is weird as a tech guy saying this, but automate once you need to automate. Don't automate something that can be done manually until until you just are so busy, I have no choice. Because you will always do in my view, as a salesperson, I will always do a better job, me personally, right? Like than a bot. Like I will always be better one-on-one than a bot.
Well, I think I'm talking about drip campaigns. So you've got them there. Now you want to send them a 7-day drip campaign. All I'm saying is sending it through bot or messenger gets higher open rates than doing an email drip campaign.
Yeah. So I'm with you, right? Okay. That's a great use case. And so email campaigns, and look, people have written off email. Email is not dead.
It's not dead, no.
SMS broadcast drip campaigns, right? Yeah. Like I love those too. Will we get into like messenger drip campaigns? Maybe. Like I feel like that's a decent use case, but the request, I get a few requests now and then for just bot stuff, and when really people don't need them yet for the state that they're at in their business. Right. And that may be different with your clients, but our client, like there's just not enough activity to need the automation, and I hate to see people over automate too soon.
Right.
Okay. Thanks. Okay. Thank you, Martin.
Hey, thank you. Great to meet you.
Martin did an amazing presentation today. I'm technical, but I still can't even get all of it. So, Martin, we've got to meet and chat. Thank you, Martin. All right, Justin, we're just about there. Someone.
I want to mention the code. We got the Angels code, by the way, right?
Yes, please mention that because people are asking in the chat how can they sign up for Nowsite.
Yeah. So look,
I'll send them a referral link I'll
Yes.
send them my affiliate referral link so you guys all have my contact information. Just go to my website, angelsonetworking.com, and you can reach out to me there, schedule an appointment or anything like that. And that's an email, and I will get you my affiliate link. But Justin has been gracious. You've made a code for us, Justin?
Yes, there's a code, a coupon code, okay? It is angels, plural, angels, okay, in the coupon code. And that will take $10 off the monthly bill. It is not a high bill to begin with. I didn't mention this. Our whole marketing suite, like unlimited websites on blah, 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 $47 a month. Angels, you'll pay $37 a month.
Yes. It's much more affordable than the other places that I investigated. And this offers you SMS texting, both nationwide and international. So yes, so it is. I can't say enough about it. Just reach out to me, schedule an appointment, send me an email, and I will give you my referral link so you can use that discount code, and you're going to get it for less than what I pay for it. So Justin, the last thing I wanted to ask you is, Tori Jones with you? Is she part of him or her? Is that her part of your marketing team?
I recognize. I think I recognize the name.
So
Tori.
here's
I
what
think I've
she
met her before.
says. Let me put her up. So I want to make sure that if she does get a few of the people from the summit come over to her to do a demo, that they're using my affiliate link for sign up. So I'm not sure, but she's a Nowsider, so we'll hide that. You can look her up in your tens of thousands of employees too. With that, we are right at 3:32. So Justin, I hope that, I know for us it was invaluable. All right. I would just want to ask one little itsy bitsy thing. You talked about failure. So your
Yes.
top 3 lessons, just so that a takeaway. Okay, that might be hard, but just something, top 3 failures for people to avoid or to learn for. Just they leave here at the end of this session with a takeaway. Top 3 failures to avoid or top 3 failures to have. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Don't that would be my number one piece of advice is, yes, of course you're gonna look, you're gonna learn, right? I've made thousands of mistakes. I make mistakes every day. Like I can't constantly. I make mistakes. I try not to make the same mistake twice, right? So that's not the failure that we want, right? The failure that we want is by taking risks and not having an ego and being willing to admit when something's not working and learning and fixing and learning and fixing until you find your path. And that's not just starting companies. Like that's anything. That's our personal life. That's our relationship. It's a philosophy of just openness and willingness to fail and learn and to be vulnerable in all things. And to me, that's been, if I have one secret, it's that. It's, fail fast, fail often. Just don't make the same mistake twice. And for me, that's been the path to success. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Amazing. It's been such an honor and it's been such a pleasure. And Justin, thank you for the discount code. Hopefully I can back channel and use it. No, I'm just kidding. But thank you very much. This has been phenomenal. I appreciate your time.
And thank you, Charmaine. This is a great event. Thank you for having me. And I wish you all a great rest of the day. Thanks again.
Thank you for hopping in. Thank you. All right. To everyone else, if you want to get my referral link for Nowsite and use the discount, where is my comment? You show that and we'll get that to you. So guys, we're almost at the end of the day. We're still broadcasting. If you guys watching from the front stage can hear me, we've still got a great lineup of people, but we also have our open one-on-one roulette networking session. All right. I know that, let's see. Any of you guys have the schedule handy to you guys? I know that we have, let me see where I have it up. I know that we have Ask the Expert, J.R. McNair, and who else is up? Well, you know what? That's why we have a reception hall. So go to the reception hall, click on the day tab. We had such a great lineup with so many speakers that I can't keep it all in my head right now. So thank you all. Check out the next sessions, which started at 3:30. And network, stay on the roulette. Let's meet some people one-on-one. Bye.